Hey, I'm Sarah with Retrieve and welcome back to our monetization strategy series. So in our last video, we talked about how to have a successful product launch, but today we're going to go more into that conversation and more into detail about how to successfully plan out a really great campaign surrounding your product. At Retrieve, we have many different types of digital products that you can create with us, but today I'm just going to talk about this campaign plan surrounding just a general guide. First and foremost, you have to figure out what is your campaign vision. Have your launch be a continuation of your story, and that story starts with why you created the guide. You've already created such an inclusive community on your social medias, so you want to further emphasize that you are creating a hub for your community or audience to come and learn from each other and also learn more from you in a different way. What is your key messaging? Identify the most relevant products and content features. So figure out the details of each of these. Why is your guide exclusive? If you're using Retrieve, Retrieve's technology is built to help you save time. Simply, your audience can help support you as a creator, as an influencer. What pain points are you solving with this guide? This is a fun and interactive new way to learn a skill. Again, with Retrieve, we have searchability, direct messaging, translations, and additional content only found in the guide, and so much more. Create an end vision. How's your audience going to feel after using your guide? Are they going to end up healthier, smarter, stronger? What is the return on investment with your guide? Create a path to success. Create a campaign roadmap with tangible activities. So to do this, you first have to consider the customer's path to purchase. So that is first off awareness, second off consideration, and thirdly, their decision. In what ways can you reach your customer in each of these steps? So for example, with awareness, just generally, you can talk about your product on your social media. Consideration, talk about why you made your product specifically for your audience or for your customer and why or how it'll benefit their life. And if at all possible, be sure to include examples or reviews of people who have previously benefited from using your guide or product or service. Decision, make sure to offer them the best deal whenever you can. What is your launch timeline? We touched on this in our last video, but here's a more detailed timeline of what you should be doing and when. A few weeks before launch, this is when you want to start creating hype about what is to come. Start to mention your guide across all of your social media real estate and tell your audience about why you made the guide for them, why it's going to benefit their lives, that it's a new and fun way to learn a skill, that there will be a community of like-minded people that they can access. What are they going to learn in the guide? Be sure to tell your audience the exact date and time that you will release your guide and create an urgency with a limited time deal, launch day. Think about launch as the day that you are releasing the solution to the problem. This is the time to release your video trailer, all about your guide and all of the other supporting assets that you have to post on social media to give all of the details about your new Retrieve guide. Make sure to have added the link to all of your social media wherever you possibly can, on your website, in your YouTube descriptions, in your Instagram bio, wherever you can have a link, make sure to post it there. This may seem obvious, but make sure to thank everyone who's purchasing your guide and be sure to reshare their excitement on your social media if they share about your guide a few days after launch. Thank people for purchasing your guide, share frequently asked questions on your guide, and you can even have a surprise bonus planned for people that have already purchased your guide. It's a great idea to repost testimonials and user reviews on your guide. And all of this will create FOMO for people who haven't purchased your guide yet. Integrate your new product into your regular content schedule. Make it a habit to mention your guide when you ask people to like, subscribe, and follow you. To make promotion a little bit easier and less stuffy, you can kind of focus on promoting bits and pieces of your guide. So for example, if you're talking on Instagram stories that day, you can kind of integrate little bits and pieces of your guide into what you're talking about that day. And it may benefit you because some people might gravitate towards certain benefits and aspects of your guide. Promotional ideas for launch day and the future. As I talked about previously, you definitely want to create a short trailer all about your guide to be able to release on launch day. Here are a list of things that you should add into your video. Reiterate crowdsourced pain points. Introduce your guide as the coveted solution to your audience's problem. Run through a high-level table of contents of your guide. Preempt frequently asked questions, and showcase the most relevant product features. Some other promotional ideas are to dedicate a podcast episode all to talking about your guide, create an Instagram story highlight, share images of finished products of your customers that have used your guide, and generally just talk about your personal journey of learning this skill and how you wish there were maybe a more open or bigger community to discuss this skill or anything that is relatable to your audience and your journey. Plan out your calendar. Plan, plan, plan. We can't emphasize this enough. Make a calendar spread for each month, dedicating certain time slots to posting about your guide on each of your social media platforms. Work guide posts into your content schedule leading up to launch day, and of course, continue scheduling them after launch day as well to set yourself up for passive income success. Speaking of passive income, here's how to plan for that. The most successful creators continue to promote their guides long after launch day. By incorporating promotion into your daily schedule, into your weekly schedule, it'll become an easy habit for you and it won't feel like additional work down the road. Here's a few ideas of how you can easily do that. Like I said before, get in the habit of mentioning your guide when you ask your viewers to like and subscribe. Just make it an everyday thing and a part of your brand. You can create a community with Retrieve where people can pay monthly for direct access to you and with special content every month. Host a live class or Q&A with your Retrieve users to ask them about their user experience and ask them if you can use their reviews for future promotions. Other than promoting your guide on a regular basis, here are a few things that you can do in the future. Continue to feature testimonials and finished product photos of your Retrieve users and people who are using skills from your course to be able to use as promotion. If your sales die down a little, you can obviously run a discount to re-energize interest, and obviously now is a great time for that since we are currently in the holiday season. A few months after your launch, you can create a new guide or you can incorporate new features or new exclusive content to further drive sales. That's all we have for you today. We hope that this provided a really detailed outline for your next campaign. Be sure to subscribe and to stay tuned for our next video in this series, and we hope to see you next time.